papaapa. Na eno achi yebekọ ranking member ya wodan no eguso a wo tu ho na mo papaapa. Na yebetu fa ne akwa akopie mo ewo enkrofo aman so a na kire se amanebo ye no efri Donald Trump aso ye eba ene se wa makwan se DR Congo ene Rwanda wono nsan entiase enkrata se de be ya asumdwe beba wono entem ense bebre no aka ho ene ye de ebesomo ye force da Emma Promise Broadcasting Limited me pacho nyame ya adoma wotene ya ye bebom paye efri anadwo no nkono kosi ahomache no nan de na kire se empaibo no a all night ene ebekoso asofo ofie ha nyina wo mu eginem sanse nyame no nyankopon ya adoma wotena no final enti na wase de afe ni nyina kɔ na wieye enti ye nyina ye mebom paye bie na beboa ya setena papa dache ma season 3 dwoda no mbo repeat ani ukuada na kwasiada no mum na program no ankasa ekoso ewia no miensa Oyerepa TV so toaba ema nipa a open asem *920*55# na bibia enye fine Newman College Department of Nursing opese dachi bia ye nurse ni a osua de wo hosanse wono empanyifo bebre no age wono atum JTech age wono atum ene ade enti wo do ho kobo womo ebeboa 0574-661-117 and 0267-330-492 Express Group de betu kwan enkrofo aman so a na kire se wo mo a nti no frɛ wo mo 0555-5500-67 promise ebe ho ne yakwaji nru papa anonom ama yapomode ho nsɛm etumi akonkan abusuafo medin de Nana Afia Broni papa bi ye hye kasebo no asem. Yes, I see the another say ye kopie mo Inspector General of Police ye beka ne say IGP Ora Christian tete ye hunu en waka say wase Ghana for bebre no a dodo no a ne ma bi a wo mo ye nsem fata ba kokora wo kire say enipa bia ye wo madwene say wo mo ne asrafo mo ne aposifo mo ne abambofo e de bebo ani e wo man mu nanso ye IGP kire mu a wo no so wone ne dom wo mo ye krado wo mo ye yire de papa say wo mo betu saafo no susa.
Have to go into very challenging territories in the pursuit of very dangerous criminals who are mostly armed and are ready to do anything to evade arrest, including opening fire on our officers. With the protective equipment available to us, we have done our best to minimize casualties as much as possible. But I'm sorry to report that on some occasions we have suffered some casualties. Some of our men have sustained life-threatening injuries, and in some instances, unfortunately, some have paid the ultimate price. It is against this backdrop that I am particularly delighted that today we are receiving these armored vehicles, which are going to ensure utmost protection for our officers as they currently execute our mandate of protecting life and property. With these vehicles, we are going to launch very bold, robust, and targeted operations throughout the country. We will dismantle any existing criminal networks, most of whom have gone into hiding due to our intensified activities against them. Let me use this opportunity to send a strong word of caution to persons who have decided to disturb the security of this country. We are coming for you. You can run all you want and hide wherever you wish, but we will surely.
Ye free IGP Sam no so na ya konsemfu from ranking member ya wono kan eye committee a wono mo hwe local government chieftaincy and religious affairs so Honorable Francis Asenso Boache na wo kase wo kire se aban no etu anamo bia emoa aban ni hwe bibi ye papa se kamia kwesa aban ni bibi a wo ye bia no ejina faako na ebasa no a entumi mu amma kire se emiamia wodo e wase aban no tu anamo wo beebi bi ana bibi wo ho no entumi mu amma empuntu nkoso wo ban ni mu anu nti no aban ni hwe se obetu ho anamo ye.
Yes, honorable member for Bantman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to contribute to the motion for the approval of the 2026 budget estimate for the ministry and the review of an amount of 4,793,139,071. The Speaker, right from the outset, I would like to commend the Honorable Minister, his deputy, the officials of the ministries and the agencies for their cooperation shown during the committee's deliberations. The Speaker, the report before us is a reflection of some commendable progress and also some persistent challenges within the sector. The Speaker, the ministry recorded some achievement in the year 2025, including upgrading of the district development data platform and the DPAT portal to strengthen data-driven planning. Planning is science and data is needed for evidence-based development planning. The Speaker, another progress worthy of note is the National Decentralization Policy, which is on course, and also the payment of allowance to district assemblies, elected officials. And also, I note from the report that we have some improvements in horticultural training and urban beautification through the Department of Parks and Gardens. Mr. Speaker, these outcomes demonstrate that when resources flow and systems operate efficiently, the ministry delivers results that impact citizens at the local level. Mr. Speaker, the committee also identified significant challenges that strengthen the effectiveness of decentralization. One, Mr. Speaker, budget imbalance. Mr. Speaker, it's striking to note that compensation alone absorbs 65% of the total allocation, leaving limited resources for goods and services, and even more importantly, capital expenditure. This means that we just pay salaries, but under-resource the very institutions expected to deliver services. And Mr. Speaker, that is why we are facing various challenges at the District Assembly. I always use the opportunity to talk about flooding. It's because the institutions at the district level who are supposed to perform their duty to ensure that they issued permits where there should be development and all that, they don't have the resources to do their work. Another important bottleneck, setback, the delays and shortfalls in releases. Mr. Speaker, we experience significant gaps between approved budgets and actual releases, especially for CAPEX.
And what did you do? Musa, send me a budget. I can kind of buy, yes, sika budget in the money. Any sika ye release anase ye yi edi akwakọ ye nnwuma bi no kame akwese ensakraye bi wo baabi mfomso bi wo baabi budget na e ka ne foforo na sika ye de kwa abonte so ensoso de no eye foforo kra.
Phenomenon has delayed key projects such as the RCC offices, staff bungalows, and special planning facilities. We also experience lack of essential technical staff at the district assemblies. For district assemblies to effectively perform their duties, they require that they are staffed with the right quality human resources, such as engineers, planners, architects, and all other development professionals. But unfortunately, when you go to the assemblies, the story is different. One of the key reasons why they find it very difficult, Mr. Speaker, to attract these quality human resources is lack of accommodation, a place for them to lay their bed after hard day's work. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, I'm excited to hear that this government is continuing the initiative of the former administration, Nana Afia Broni's administration, of this district housing scheme so that there will be enough accommodation at the district level. I had the opportunity to talk about this during the budget review, and no doubt that the Minister of Local Government indicated that he plans to coordinate with the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry for Housing so that they can expedite this process of providing housing for district assembly officials. Mr. Speaker, another important, Mr. Speaker, even more important, Mr. Speaker, is the creeping centralization going on at the district level. During the budget debate, I had the opportunity to talk about it. Mr. Speaker, the whole business of decentralization is to allow local government officials to take their own decisions, allow people who are the main target of decentralization to take their own decisions, identify their own priorities, and help in the planning of their community. But quite
yet also na yedaswa ye jinemu ewo mrahye fie nkomodie no amu also for ya wo hwe ya kwan ne ya kwantempo eso eye honorable Kwame Gavins Abuja en wode atudwa kire mu say minority no e kan sem bia enim tie wose wo kire mu wose na anu budget e be kan budget no minority ne say eye budget allocation na sika e de akwa eye big project na big push Nese no ni edwumedi o mampanyi John Dramani Mahama wo so ode ba na etumi aboa ma mpunchinyuma kwaso oman mu no minority ni chese sika aban ni yidi akohyem na no ode yie papa ka me akwese frakadem bi ewo baabi a eba nanso yewra eye governance kyerese sansemo a minority no eka enimu baabi a.
The minority leader and his party, if I want to remind them, paid $29 million for an Indian contractor as mobilization to build a road between Savelugu and Walewale, and the contractor took the money and walked free. $29 million. I am very sure that amount of money can pay a number of contractors who we owe even today. So if the minority leader wanted to help, he would have asked the contractor to go back to site and work according to the $29 million. And I'm calling upon their site, since you were the ones who brought that Indian contractor and wrote a contract and paid them the $29 million, I'm encouraging you to join hands with us to retrieve our $29 million from that contractor. Because guess what? One of the most
na enkomo ekwoso yi na minority leader Oru Alexander Fenyoma kene so sorry ye no say Mr. Speaker NDC aban ye nyina time na ye timu a NDC for opposition no na contract ye ntua wo mo ka no mo ye dede aban tua wo mo ko tua mo ko wo mo so ba ye a contractors yi kuro ye su say aban ma wo mo sika enti no ono eye Afenyoma kene ka kire NDC aban say wo mo nye no ma contractor sika wo mo de be ye adwuma.
Cut and paste budget. No effort has been made to address this, and day in day out our friends get exposed. We keep exposing them. The figures that the respected member for Ofuasia Yerbi just put out, it appears this budget was never scrutinized. And we are being called upon, approve. You launch Big Push, you say you made payment to contractors under Big Push in less than a month. Mr. Speaker, this can be nothing less than a very lazily prepared budget. You just putting out the numbers. You don't do any due diligence. You come to this parliament, you didn't scrutinize. You mean you didn't read your own budget? We've told you time without number that your work, your governance, and its success will largely depend on the scrutiny that will come from this side. It's the reason why we always want you to be a bit more tolerant. Because your 189 did not even spot this. You didn't spot it. Figures are just being bandied around. This is a time I expect you to rise on a point of order. Rise on a point of order, because these figures have become part of the records of this house. How do you disburse funds to the road contractors? This is part of your inefficiencies you've introduced as part of your so-called resets. I will not use the word incompetence, but anybody reading this would wonder why a government with the opportunity to put in place the governance structures has refused to set up the road fund board.
Yefrim Rasha Bedefie ni abasante mantemu Kumase Metropolitan Assembly penia wadano Ora Richard Oforia Jemai Buedi dodo na friend Kinsuba na nanse ye wo se wone namo Kumase Montane so atese nya agro obo adwuma na no ye ne di atese wono na de ba na ni ji wo sepa wasante mantemu Kumase ene se obebo Kumase aye fe na chese Piano, a clean.
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints asori no edwumade bi wa Santimantem ho adwumade ni din ene Light the World. Onam sa adwumade ne so de serie ahye ekunafo ne mobrawafo enipa apem ene ahasa afunumum. Enomu ena Ora Richard Ajeman Buade a woye Kumase Meyom. Ejina Santimantem asoafo anemu adwumade na se kasa na wo kyesem. Nani so ade hunu kase pa ene sem. Santimantem ha befa ne ntampa fra ewa ahonidi ekwan so.
Yeni so ade hunu kese pa yede de Santimantem ayese Santimantem abetia na ibiti kunu ni important mi na kama na me hwesi bia Latter-day Saints so no omukra omo isi bia ba bia omo yo maso na ya na kotia ene ho efa me gidi se ka so bia okumasi bia o gada bia ekipi omo environment is the Latter-day Saints for ekipia ke mu kan be fa pa agidi fo a wo do no sunsun Sibia Latter-day Saints for keep you a bad day. So be call Latter-day Saints as so no put mo be na bonze. Roba na be da fo. Abibia almost say oh kama. Na nyamso pa so na ahoni die pa na enam. Na eku enso ade ba ko da yakoma so say eku na mu betie.
Ora Kofi Jin Sosu area 70 the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints asori no. Ono so de afutuo kakra e ma aban no. Efa ensori sukusu ahodo a ewo maimu ne ho nsensem a ayehora ewo maimu ne ho.
Afutuo no kase na me de be ma abai. Fi se omo na hihye mla na ye nyina ya de ye di so. Efiri titinwa ani fiye no Ghana eye asumdieku. Uko wiase afa na nyina so otukọ apaya na obodi so fi Ghana. Uhwe se dom si kwa Ghana ebe onwonwa efiri se yetimi atra so duemu se wo ye kremu